Validating log completeness is a silent crisis in technology. Most teams assume their logs are complete, but gaps are lurking, and that assumption risks everything. Today, you'll learn the scientific method to guarantee log completeness and how our software, Validate Log Completeness, makes it practical. Let's start with why this problem is so pervasive. In the technology industry, systems are distributed and dynamic. Logs stream from servers, applications, microservices, and cloud services. At quarantadue.ai, every MCP workflow starts from the real tool interface, not from a generic prompt. The goal is simple. Keep the expert in control while the system structures the evidence. Inputs, reasoning, and outputs stay connected in one reviewable flow. Now the results become easier to compare, easier to review, and easier to explain. Each source can drop messages due to network issues, buffer overflows, or misconfigurations. Generic log tools aggregate and store data, but they don't validate if sequences are unbroken or if critical events are missing. This leads to real pain, incidents that slip through, failed compliance audits because you can't prove data integrity, and teams wasting hundreds of hours in manual log inspection. It's simply unsustainable at scale. Now, the technical method behind reliable validation, Validate Log Completeness, isn't about counting log lines. It's a scientific approach based on temporal sequence analysis and probabilistic baselines. The core idea is to model the expected flow of logs from each source, understanding normal patterns, rates, and correlations. Then, we continuously monitor for deviations that indicate missing data. Key concepts include timestamp continuity checks, where we ensure every expected interval has data, event correlation validation, where we confirm related logs appear together, and coverage density calculations, which measure what percentage of expected events were actually logged. A common misconception is that high log volume means completeness. Actually, you could have millions of lines but still miss the one critical error entry. Another misconception is that all gaps are equal. Our software contextualizes gaps. A missing debug log might be trivial, but a missing authentication event is critical. This differentiation is what sets true validation apart. So, what does Validate Log Completeness do specifically? The software integrates with your existing log pipelines. It ingests streams from all sources, applies configured completeness rules, like requiring every transaction to have a start and end log, and performs real-time analysis. It identifies gaps in sequences, flags missing entries against baselines, and computes exact coverage percentages. Every check is logged in an immutable audit trail, perfect for compliance proofs. Few can also run scenario models, simulate a server failure or a traffic spike to see how completeness holds up. This proactive testing reveals weaknesses before they cause real problems. Let me walk you through a hypothetical example to make this concrete. Imagine a healthcare platform handling patient data updates across multiple databases. Regulations require a complete audit log of every access. Validate Log Completeness is set to monitor logs from each database service. One day, it detects a 15-second gap in logs from the primary database during a routine backup window. The system immediately alerts the team. Upon investigation, they find a configuration error that silenced logs temporarily. Without validation, this gap might have gone unnoticed until an audit, resulting in fines and reputational damage. Here, the variables are the log sources, the compliance rule, and the time window. The outcome is early detection and correction, ensuring continuous compliance. For compliance and reporting, Validate Log Completeness generates clear, stakeholder-ready reports. These reports detail completeness metrics, list any gaps with severity levels, and show trends over time. They are structured to align directly with regulatory frameworks like GDPR, HIPAA, or SOC2, providing the evidence auditors need without requiring last-minute scrambles. The reports translate technical data into business insights, showing risk exposure and improvement areas. In closing, Validate Log Completeness gives you unwavering confidence in your log data. It turns completeness from a hidden vulnerability into a documented strength. You'll detect issues proactively, streamline compliance, and free your team from manual validation drudgery.